Hello, this is Hammersmith Chess Club, Junior Hour Basics in 5 minutes or so. This video is the summary of a session we had in May 2020 on principles in the middle game. The general ideas in the middle game are similar as in the opening. We remember, control the center, develop your pieces, castle your king. While it is still important to control the center and to keep your king safe, as here, in the middle game, there is a very high emphasis on the movement of the pieces, and this video will concentrate on this topic. The basic principle is have the initiative. Keep your opponent under pressure. The more he or she feels under attack, the more likely is he makes mistakes, and the less opportunities he has to attack you. The next few examples are taken from one of the many available free online chess courses. This sequence shows how you can threaten the opponent move after move. Bishop f4 attacks the queen. The queen goes away. Rook from a to b1 attacks the queen, and not only attacks but also develops a piece as the bishop before to a better position. Queen goes away. Knight e5 attacks both bishop and pawn, so the bishop has to retreat. Now there are no pieces of black to attack, so white can improve the position of the least developed pieces, which is rook to the open file. So both rooks occupy the both open files, or half open files. Indeed, f1 is also now free for the white squared bishop to move to. Black attacks white's pieces, retreats. Black attacks the knight. Now the knight has to retreat. However, it can do while simultaneously attacking the bishop. Knight goes away, bishop is attacked. And this allows the knight to go not to d3 but to c4. It's a tactical idea because if black takes, white takes the bishop on e6 and simultaneously brings his rook to an even better location, attacking the pawn on f6, which can be defended, but then white can double the rooks on the open file, on the e file, attacks the knight, can be defended again, but now comes the tactical blow. Rook is sacrificed on c6, but is immediately captured with an interim check. Then on e8 the rook is taken, and already now white is safe and is 3 pawns up. Second example shows that you have to take care of yourself against threats of your opponent. Watch out what your opponent threatens. Now your opponent wants to go to d3. d3 is an ideal square for the bishop. It's protected by a pawn, for the knight. It's protected by the pawn. The white's bishop cannot attack it. There is no pawn to push the knight away. So if the knight ends up on d3, it would spell disaster. For example, careless bring the rook to the open file, which in principle is good, but not in this position. Now double attack on f4 and b2. The bishop can retreat, as what we have seen in the previous example. However, black can increase the pressure now on f2 with centralization of the queen to c5. White can protect f2, however now already it's time for a tactical blow. Knight takes f2. If queen takes f2, then rook d1 will be taken and it will be made. So white can capture the rook. However, even now queen takes f2 doesn't prevent check and mate on d1. Third example shows the principle that when defending, you could do this in a passive way or an active way. And you should always try to make the active way possible with a counterattack or a counter threat. So passive defense would mean in this position rook to c1, defending the pawn on c2, but black can increase the pressure double attack on v2 and f2. f2 is defended. However, when b2 is protected by b3, then black could, for example, stop white's center to be further developed, and as a consequence, if white wants to make use of the e-file, then black finds c3 as a very nice spot for his knight, similar to what we had seen in the previous example. And now white cannot prevent black to move the knight to c3 or to f4, whatever. It's a beautiful central knight. Now, the fourth example shows that you should not exchange bad pieces of your opponent with your good ones. So you have a beautiful knight on e5, centrally located knight, while black's bishop on d7 is very bad. It's only looking at its own pawns. It's good for the defensive, but if necessary, can always be exchanged in the future. Your knight can never be pushed away. So to exchange the knight would allow black to free himself and to defend everything, even to go to the counterattack now. And I would, in this situation, not like to be white. Instead of exchanging your good knight against the black bishop on d7, you could just improve your pieces, connecting the rooks, bring your queen to the dark squares. Black has to improve his pieces as well. You already bring your queen to a very nice attacking square. Black is on the defensive, has especially to prevent queen g7 at a certain time mate. White brings the rook to the open file, and now already white can sacrifice the knight on g6 because there is the open diagonal for the bishop. The queen can enter h8 check, and white is getting back his sacrificed knight plus additional pawns. Now pawn h4 or the h-pawn can already advance and will not be able to be stopped. So what an ideal position for white. Now each piece has its own strengths and weaknesses, but these details, that will be the subject of the next sessions. See you then.